What's up, guys? This is Daniel here, Arms Family Homestead. Hey, so if you've been watching some of our videos lately, you might have clued in on Houston's dropping some hints about us going to the beach. Well, yeah, we're going back to the beach. We went to the beach last year as soon as school got out. So let me go through a few things that I do that allow our family who live this kind of self-sufficient, somewhat, grow your own food, homestead, whatever you want to call it, kind of lifestyle, and still be able to go on family vacations. Because I know a lot of people are going to say, hey, if you got a garden and you got all these animals, there's no way you can go on vacation. Well, there's some steps I take and some things I do to kind of allow us the freedom to be able to do that. And it does take more than just us. I'll have help from some other people while we're gone. But first, before I get to that, there's been a few people asking about old Bear, the dog, our livestock guard dog that we got a few months ago. He was just a puppy. He's got something treed out here this morning, so let's go see what it is. He's been barking and throwing a fit. Good morning, Hardy. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? What's up, Bear? You got something treed out here? Huh? You're sure growing. What'd you have treed out here? Where's he at? You been out here barking, going crazy. Something out here in the grass. Ah, I found it. The most threatening creature in the goat pen right now. Where'd you come from? Oh. Hey. Check him out. Might bite my finger if I get it in the way. Bear treed a snapping turtle. You're not Bear. Bear, you been out here treeing this snapping turtle? Huh? So Bear, he's hiding back there. There he is. He is growing like crazy. He's only about 6 months old and he's almost as big as Bella already. We kind of struggled for a little while. He wanted to stay with Duke, stay over here with the Billies, and I keep them pinned up. But he's getting where he does go out with the goats and stays with them pretty much all the time. Every once in a while he'll try to sneak up on the porch and play with the other dogs. But he's doing a good job. He's staying with them. He's a little bit skittish because we don't play with him all the time. We want him to stay out here with the goats. So he will let me pet him and stuff. He's just not, you know, as loving as Goober Smooch Bella here. But that's okay. So back to what I was saying. There's, you know, several steps that we take to allow us to go on vacation. And one thing is animals. Somebody's got to be here to take care of the animals, right? Well, so, you know, the first step I did was, you know, I separated all my babies that were weaning age, separated all those guys out and fed them. You know, we had them on feed for about a month or so, and we sold them. So the daily chores, the daily feeding of the goats is very minimal now. We've got so much grass. I can turn the goats out on pasture, and as long as someone comes to the house, you know, once a day or even every other day and checks on everything, make sure everybody's okay, and checks water, they're good to go, because these guys are going to be pretty self-sufficient right now. They don't need a lot of attention this time of year. In the wintertime, when they got to be fed every day, or when they're having babies, somebody needs to be here all the time. So the goats are pretty self-sufficient right now, and that turtle is trying to escape. Hey turtle, you better make a run for it before Bear sees you. He's gonna be barking at you again. So the first part, goats, they're gonna be pretty self-sufficient. Bear out here with the goats will need fed, but so what I do for him, I just set up an automatic dog feeder that holds about 15-20 pounds of dog food, and he'll be fed every day. And then, like I said, I'll have a couple people coming down and checking water and everything, and they can check his feed. The cats, barn cats, set them up on an automatic feeder, so they're good to go. Next animal on the list is these guys right here. My chickens, my laying chickens. We don't have any meat chickens right now, And if we had meat chickens, I would just schedule all that, get them in, and have them slaughtered before. He just doesn't care that I'm talking. Have them slaughtered before we went on vacation. But the laying chickens, pretty self-sufficient for the most part. Let me show you my feeder for when I'm going to be gone for extended amounts of time. So here's my big feeder. This thing will hold about 30 pounds of chicken feed. It's huge. Show you next to Bella. It's a big chicken feeder. I'll just hang it up inside the chicken pen, so if it rains it doesn't get wet. I'm sorry, inside the chicken coop. I'll put it in there. And you don't have to worry about chickens getting wet. You don't have to worry about their feed getting wet. So yeah, 30 pounds of chicken feed or so hanging in the chicken house. That alone will last them more than 2 weeks with just the limited number of laying hens that I have eating on it right now. But like I said, I'll have someone coming down at least every other day, if not every day, checking on everything, and maybe stay in here some. It just depends. So 30 pounds of chicken feed for the chickens. That part's done. Oh, and back on the subject of goats. Since I do have 2 billies, and I can't turn them out with my does right now because I don't want my does bred this time of year. And trust me, they're thinking about it. After I weaned off all those babies, I've got some does coming in heat. So I got Duke and my other billy pinned up in this little pen here, and I put out a round bale of hay for them. Huge round bale. There's close to 1,000 pounds of hay right there. So even if no one was coming down to feed them, that right there would last these 2 goats quite a while. Now, Duke here seems to think it's breeding season. Listen to him. You got it on your mind already, Duke? So 2 billy goats with a whole round bale of hay. That'll do them good. There will be somebody coming to feed them all the time. I'm going to double up, maybe even add, I don't know, maybe 4 water troughs out here, just in case. That way they've got plenty of water to last them several days. And I'm going to put it in several different troughs. That way, in case one gets spilled or something, I don't have to worry about it. In case, my brother that's going to come down and feed and everything can't make it, then, on a certain day, with 4 water troughs, 4 water troughs, they'll be set. So, outside goats will have lots of grass to graze. They're not going to be locked up. 2 billy goats, huge round bale of hay. Chickens, 30 pounds of feed in an automatic chicken feeder. Dogs will be on an automatic feeder. Really, the only thing that's left, the tricky part down there. Okay, so the garden and the high tunnel. How in the world can you go on vacation and leave this unattended for a week, 10 days, 2 weeks? Well, it's tricky. Now, you guys know I'm way behind on my garden. Things have failed. Things haven't gone real, smooth as planned, but it's coming along and we're making progress. So how can I leave now that we're making good progress? Well, 2 things. I'm doing everything I can to get as far ahead of schedule as I can right now. So I'm going in, hoeing up all my rows, using my wheel hoe, cleaning up all the grass, so I don't come back to a lawn out here basically, because in 2 weeks, if we get a couple rain showers, man, that thing will get thick in grass. Another thing is I've got help. My brother Gary has about 4 rows over there, so he comes out here all the time. He's always messing around in the garden, planting. I'm sharing this garden with him. So I will have somebody here on a regular basis checking on everything. Because you can't go a week or a week and a half in Oklahoma without watering your garden. But I've, got all that set up. It's like automated, guys. It's an automatic system. I got the drip system, my drip irrigation, everything taken care of. And this one little tool right here will allow me to water my garden every day without being here. So I've showed you guys this before. It's an automatic watering system. I'll leave a link below. You can buy these things on Amazon. It's just an automatic timer, a digital timer. I can set it, you know, set to water several times a day for the amount of time I want it to water. And all I have to do is just leave my hydrant turned on, and my mainline hose that goes down and ties into my drip system, everything from this point on is shut off. So this system, when it comes on, pressures up all of my drip system. What I'll do is I'll probably have 2 different timers set up. I'll probably have it set up, one to water my outdoor garden, you know, early in the morning, just about every day probably, and then the high tunnel. It doesn't require as much water because, you know, there's just not a lot going on in there right now. But with it being under plastic, it doesn't seem to dry out near as fast as out here where the wind's hitting this. So I'll have an automatic watering system running my drip system, with my brother coming out here on a regular basis just to make sure I don't have like a water leak or you know, a squirrel or something chew up my water line. Because hey, if a squirrel or a mouse came out here and chewed a hole in that water hose, yeah, it's only going to come on when my timer says, hey, it's time to water the garden. But you have a mouse or a squirrel or something chew that in half right there, then you get a flood right there and none of my rows get watered. So the automatic watering system on the drip irrigation system from Haas Tools, you've seen me guys, you guys have seen me work with that drip system, getting everything set up. It's awesome. It allows me, that is the one thing, well, 2 things. The automatic timer over there in the drip irrigation system, without that it would be almost impossible to leave your garden for more than a day or 2, just because you've got to be there to check on things. So that's how I'm going to handle the garden while we're on vacation. So there you have it, guys. That's just a quick rundown of how I handle things on my farm, my homestead, whatever you want to call it, when we're going to be gone. We're going to go on vacation because, let's face it, we're a normal, everyday family. We do live in the country, try to grow as much of our own food as we can, but we still do the normal family things. Now, my wife, if most of you guys don't see her very often, she's posted a few videos, she's done a few videos in the past. So if you're one of my older, long-time subscribers, you've seen her. But she's very, very frugal. I mean, whoo, that woman doesn't spend money unless we have to. We didn't go on family vacations for about 9 years, but she went back to work last year after Houston's old enough to go to school and everything, so she was a stay-at-home mom for 9 years. Money was tight. We didn't really go on family vacations. But now we go on a few trips, and she's figured out some awesome ways to make these trips very, very cost effective. So I'm not going to get in depth in that today. I'll probably share a few videos as in the next couple weeks as we go on this trip and have a great time. Tell you how we go about making these trips feasible for our family. So where are we going? Well, last year, if you guys remember, if you've seen any of the videos, let's see, you might have seen a video of us fishing in Pensacola. That's where we're going back to, Pensacola Beach. We stopped by Deep South Homestead and met Danny and Wanda on the way back. And there were several people who were like, hey, I wish I'd have known you were coming to Florida. I wish I'd have known you were coming to Pensacola. Well, we're coming back. So if you guys are in the Pensacola Beach area, we'll be down there, Pensacola Beach, Destin area in the next couple weeks. So hit me up if you want to meet up somewhere, hang out on the beach, whatever. We'll go just say hi. I love to meet some of you subscribers and other YouTube creators. It's just a great time. So hit me up, leave a comment below, let me know where you're at. Maybe we can work something out and stop by and visit, say hi. You never know, maybe I'll see your garden, see what you got going on. So it's exciting stuff. I can't wait. We're going to have a great time. It's the last week of school right now, so kids are almost done. And then we're going to head out. So it's going to be a great time. All right, so that's what I do. That's our plan. So thanks for watching, guys. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.